There is a very cool art exhibit kicking off tonight on the first floor of the David Whitney Building in Detroit. I got a sneak peek. Take a look. We're in the beautiful David Whitney Building, Nicole Tamer Art. Nicole, George, you find such great art, such unique stuff. Tell us about what we're looking at here.
Our artist is Matthew Giffin from the College of Creative Studies. He went to New York. He was very well known in the art scene there.
My artistic adventure began in the early 1980s when I moved to New York City. The East Village was the center of the art world. Over 100 galleries in this small little neighborhood. My first show was in 1984. I was 24 years old. I was under contract to Helio Gallery. I had several shows.
The amount of time and energy you put into each piece. I was wondering your mindset in doing them. Are you working to make masterpieces, or is your vision on some like distant thing and like these are like signposts along the way?
It's nice that you say all that. I try to make masterpieces.
I can look at your work now and say, God, that's a Matt Giffin.
I like the way images flow into one. I like seeing like a bird turn into a man and a man turn into a star or whatever. That's how I think. You don't think in a linear way. It's like dreaming. You know, you wake up and you have a dream, and later on you may realize what that dream is about.
And then he became an illustrator. He has published in many, many magazines.
I started illustration after I had been showing in New York City galleries for a number of years. My first two assignments were both magazine covers. One was for the Utne Reader and one was for Yoga Journal. Other assignments started coming in: Atlantic Monthly, Oxford University Press, Toronto Globe and Mail, and a whole bunch of others. A real highlight was an illustration I did for the Los Angeles Times book review. The story was about a black mother who had a white child, and all of the complications and pressures that she faced. A reader wrote in that they really liked this illustration. So that was a nice bit of feedback. But even better than that was a collector in Los Angeles commissioned a really big version of that image that was the black mother holding a black child. Illustration allowed me to start playing with different types of ideas, and I became a better artist as a result.
He worked for the CBC, and then he worked for Paul McCartney.
Being an artist is all about being creative and taking risks. Following that muse can lead you into places that you would never expect to go. I was the art director and designer for Sir Paul McCartney's Space Within Us project.
International Space Station.
He's one of the most significant artists of the past 100 years, so anything that is associated with Paul McCartney should say art. One of the fond memories I have of that project is being handed a folder full of McCartney family photographs. I left taking the subway back to my apartment with this envelope full of these original photographs from Paul's family, and I remember thinking, how cool is this? Another amazing memory I have was watching Paul on my laptop singing Fixing a Hole, which was a song from Sgt. Pepper. It was like, wow, that's amazing. That's Paul McCartney. He's singing.
And this is his first time showing Detroit, so it's very much a full circle, kind of the coming back to that beginning point on his continuum.
This is Belle Isle Park in Detroit, and across the river there is Windsor. I was born in Windsor, Ontario, but grew up in downtown Detroit. The contrast between these two places is far greater than the short distance that separates them. Different psychology and different history happening in Canada than there is in the United States. It's not better or worse, it's just different. These contrasts really inform my life and my artwork. One of the new sketches I have is called My Hometown. This new piece really celebrates not only the industry of this area, but innovation in general. And so one is called Dream Factory. Somewhat inspired by the Diego Rivera murals in Detroit, but instead of being a celebration of industry, it's a celebration of dreams and potential.